Hi, I'm Ryan, and I'm going to talk to you today about Apple Incorporated. I'm sure you're all familiar with Apple. Most of you probably have an iPod, and some of you maybe even have a MacBook or an iPad. These products are all unique to Apple, and they've really taken off in the world of electronics in the past several years. In a 2006 article entitled Ingredients for the Success of Apple iPod, business teacher and publisher Steve Borelli highlights the fact that Apple sold 42 million iPods from their release to the date of the article's publication. It's like 8.4 million each year from the release of the iPod to the article's publication. And yeah, we're all familiar with the company, but I wonder if any of you have ever wondered what it'd be like to work for Apple. I chose to speak about Apple because I've always had an interest in both the company and their products. I'm an owner of a MacBook and an iPhone myself, which has given me some experience with the products and how they work for me in my day-to-day life. And through my research, I developed an understanding of the company and its roots, job opportunities that are available at Apple, and personal interest within the company that I'll share with you today. So, throughout my speech, first I'll discuss the roots of Apple Corporation and some interesting things you might not know about the company. The second, I'll discuss some job functions available at the company. And finally, I'll talk to you guys about my personal interest in the company and why I think Apple is a good choice for me. So first, we'll start with a little bit of background. Lost that. Most of you, I'm sure, recognize the name Steve Jobs. He was the iconic face of Apple, and semi-recently, it's been made news that he passed on. Even though he is gone, his legacy is still being written today. He is so revered by some, in fact, that in a 2011 article entitled "How Apple Revolutionized Our World," Newsweek journalist Paul Theroux describes him as an American hero. However, there is a name that you might not be too familiar with. This is Stephen Wozniak. He was a high school friend of Jobs, and he was responsible for the design of the first Apple computer launched in 1976. Throughout the company's history and development, the way that they created their products has made Apple a little bit of an abnormality. Unlike most high-tech firms, they usually focus on 1 to 2 sectors. Apple does everything all at once. In a 2005 article in Time magazine, journalist Lev Grossman explains that Apple makes its own hardware, like the MacBooks, and then they make their own software, they make their own operating systems that run on their hardware, they make their own programs that run on their operating systems, as well as all the consumer electronics like the iPhones and the iPads that are all connecting to those devices. And because they do all of that, it kind of sets them apart from the rest of the companies. So with a better understanding of Apple's background and unique qualities, we can now move on to some various job functions. Noting the company's size and public influence and reputation, it's safe to say that there are countless job opportunities available at Apple. You can work in the corporate sphere doing sales, product management, legal, or software engineering, or you can work in a more retail sphere, which is like sales associate, you could be a store leader or a manager. So whatever your skill set may be, there is bound to be something available for you to do at the company. As for my personal interest in Apple Corporation, I would be more interested in working in the sales and marketing sphere of the company. Their size and being an international company makes the possibilities for work in that particular field virtually endless. The strong name behind the product, I feel, would make the job more fun rather than difficult because you don't have to push something that no one knows about. It's already an established thing. In a 2006 article, Borelli explains how the iPod has avoided typical product life cycle because it hasn't gone that steep decline because there's not been anything that's been invented that is a whole lot better than that. And I feel that speaks volumes about the reliability of the company, and it seems to suggest that Apple is a good company to invest your future in. During my speech, I hope I've sparked your interest in Apple and their products. As I finish up, I'd like to recap what I talked to you about. The first thing I spoke about was the background and the roots of Apple, and I shared some interesting facts that I hope you enjoy. 2, I highlighted interesting career opportunities with Apple, and finally I spoke to you about my personal interest in the company. Hopefully, like I said, I've sparked your interest by telling you why Apple was a good match for me, and if you research yourself, who knows, maybe you'll find that it's a good match for you too. Are there any questions? Oh wait, who's critiquing me? Is that you?
Yeah. Okay. So you said that you own an iPad, right?
I don't own an iPad. I wish I did, but I don't. I own an iPhone and an
iPhone, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you come about looking this up? Was it just because you owned an iPhone, you were like, oh, do they make their own products, or?
Well, actually, I did. It was weird because I didn't go onto their website to get any information because I feel like it'd be like really biased and then trying to get people to work there. I went on like Academic Search Premier and looked for like academic articles on it, and I found a lot of information about, because I think I knew that they made all their own stuff, but I guess that no one's ever put it into words like that before. I never thought of it that way, but that was just something that I found on the internet, but it wasn't on their website. It was a different source.
What's the next product you want to buy from Apple?
The next product. Well, I don't have the iPhone 5. My roommate's girlfriend has the iPhone 5, and it's just like longer. It doesn't. I don't know if there's any new features on it that are cool or not, but I don't even have the 4S. It's still the 4, so I'm a little behind. But probably the iPad if I had to get anything else.
I have a question for you, Ryan. What's the average salary for a salesman coming in?
Coming in.
Yeah, the beginning salary for a salesperson.
Well, they don't get paid they get paid hourly. Like everybody that works at the retail stores get paid hourly. So like a lot of times, you know, if you walk into an Apple store, usually the people will like come greet you, but that's just like their store policy, I guess, because they don't get paid on commission. Like everybody that works at the stores gets paid hourly.
Thank you.